A charming playboy wakes up cursed. Every woman he meets falls obsessively in love. As chaos unfolds, he must break the spell before true love slips away. A hilarious, romantic ride. Our story begins with the Maz family, known for generations as one of the most beautiful families. Their beauty wasn't just admired, it was their way of making money. The eldest son was no less than a TikTok star, with millions of followers mesmerized by his charming face. Apart from that, he also helped ordinary guys set up dates with girls. Their father, Padkar, was once insanely handsome himself. Back in the day, he was a heartbreaker, dating over 1,200 girls before finally settling down with the mother of his children. Even their mother was beautiful, though she had a bit of a masculine touch, even having a mustache. However, the youngest son, Kulin, was the most beautiful among them all. The entire family took pride in their beauty, but Kulin wanted to live a normal life. He often wondered, if I were a little less attractive, maybe girls wouldn't go crazy every time they saw me. But that wasn't the case. One look at Kulin's face, and girls would faint, get nosebleeds, or even rip their hair out in excitement. As a result, he never got to talk to a single girl in his life. To avoid the chaos, Kulin rarely stepped outside and spent most of his time at home. His only friend was his pet fish, with whom he played cards and had conversations. His family started worrying about him. They even tried to motivate him with pictures of beautiful girls, saying, "Bro, the world is full of girls. What are you even doing?" But Kulin had only one condition. He wanted a girl who wouldn't fall for his looks, but love him for who he was. Since nothing was working, his family came up with a new plan. They decided to act poor so they could force Kulin to go to school. One night, while getting water, Kulin overheard his parents discussing their plan. From now on, we'll only eat eggs for breakfast to save money for Kulin's school fees. Feeling guilty, Kulin finally agreed to go to school. His family was overjoyed. But then he said, "I'll only go to an all-boys school." This disappointed them a bit, but at least he was stepping outside. Kulin's first day at school, his brother Okus dropped him off on a bike, but even after getting off, Kulin kept his helmet on. His plan? "I'll wear the helmet all day so no one notices my face." But this backfired. Instead of being ignored, the helmet made him stand out even more. Soon the school bullies, led by a guy named Sidi, surrounded him. When the teacher arrived, she forced Kulin to take off his helmet, and the moment he did, the teacher fainted on the spot, gasping for breath. Kulin panicked and ran back home, but the bullies grabbed him before he could escape. They took him to the storage room and started acting like superheroes, revealing their secret mission. Their plan? For the past 3 years, they had been failing school just to attend the city's biggest party with the most beautiful girl, Amanda. And Amanda only talked to handsome guys. So they decided to use Kulin as their messenger to impress her. They also forced a kind-hearted guy named Kibo to join their gang. Later, Kulin reported them to the principal, hoping for justice. But the principal, already frustrated with his own son's dating failures, said, "Forget the complaint. Just help my son get a girlfriend, man." That night, Kulin and Kibo planned their next move. Kibo was the first real friend Kulin ever had, and it made him happy. The next day, they arrived at BBM school, where the girls started yelling, "Get rid of the helmet." He must look terrible. They forced him to take it off. And once again, within hours, news channels were reporting how Kulin's beauty was making girls lose their minds. Even Amanda saw him on the news and instantly fell in love. Now thousands of girls gathered outside Kulin's house. His family saw this as an opportunity to sell tickets for girls to enter and see him up close. But when Kulin secretly saw all this, he realized his family was using him. So when they called him back home, he refused to return. Even worse, his pet fish was suffering because of the crowd. Heartbroken, he ran away, hiding on a rooftop. Suddenly, a girl approached him and asked, "You're not thinking about jumping, are you?" For the first time, a girl didn't faint at the sight of him. His heart raced. He couldn't say a word. But before he could respond, she walked away. Kulin's love triangle begins. That night, Kulin stayed at Kibo's house, where he found rare collectible cards and realized they had a lot in common. The next day, they went to find the rooftop girl at the girls' school. Instead, they ran into Amanda, who pretended not to be affected by Kulin's beauty until her nose started bleeding. Days passed, and Kulin and Kibo became best friends. One day, Kibo invited Kulin to a football match and introduced him to a girl named Rere, whom Kibo had a huge crush on. When Kulin saw her, he couldn't look away. And then it hit him. Kibo liked Rere, but Kulin also had feelings for her. Now he was jealous of Kibo. Kulin's love mistake. Not knowing what to do, Kulin sought advice from his love guru brother, Okus. One day, Amanda invited Kulin to her birthday party and even gave him her personal phone to call her. That evening, Kulin and Rere went for a walk. That's when Kulin realized Rere also liked Kibo. Heartbroken, Kulin lied and said, Kibo actually loves Amanda. Hearing this, Rere's face fell. At Amanda's birthday party, Kulin secretly set up Kibo and Amanda to make Rere jealous. But when Rere saw Amanda kissing Kibo, she ran away in tears. Kulin chased after her and confessed his love. But Rere said, I only see you as a friend. In the end, he lost both his best friend and the girl he loved. A month later, Kulin locked himself in his room, missing Kibo terribly. Finally, he decided to apologize. At a dance party, Kulin and Amanda were crowned king and queen. As girls went crazy over him, one girl's voice stood out. Meh, he's not that good looking. Kulin's heart skipped a beat. He turned around, desperate to find the only girl who wasn't obsessed with his looks. And that's where our story ends. So tell me, if you woke up super handsome for a day, what would you do? Let me know in the comments.